A quick reset trick that you probably never even knew existed for your Lexus. And people have been spending hundreds of dollars fixing problems that this thing can sometimes solve for absolutely nothing. Here's the quick reset, and this is how it works. The weird problems Lexus owners notice. The first thing you gotta do is identify the problem, right? But the weird thing is, initially the problems don't even seem connected. Maybe your Lexus starts idling rough at stoplights. The RPM needle moves up and down for no reason. Then suddenly the throttle feels weird. Sometimes the acceleration feels jerky. And that's what makes this so frustrating, because the problem comes and goes. One day the car drives perfectly smoothly, and the next day it feels like it forgot how to drive properly, especially after something simple like replacing the battery. And this is where Lexus owners start going down the rabbit hole. They replace spark plugs, the MAF sensor, the battery, the throttle body. But does that work at all? No. Some owners even notice the car randomly stalling after cleaning the throttle body, which makes no sense at all. You clean a part to make the engine run better, and somehow the car starts acting worse. That's the moment people start thinking something major is wrong with the engine. But according to countless Lexus and Toyota owners online, that's not always true. Because hidden underneath all of this is something most drivers never think about. Your Lexus is constantly learning. Modern Lexus vehicles don't just mechanically respond to what you do anymore, they study how you drive, all the time. And the brain controlling all of this is called the ECU, short for Engine Control Unit. Basically, it's the main computer running the engine. It controls things like fuel delivery, idle speed, throttle response, airflow, and even parts of the transmission behavior. But unlike older cars, modern Lexus vehicles also use something called adaptive learning, which means the ECU doesn't just follow one fixed setting forever. It adjusts itself over time based on your driving habits and the condition of the engine. So if you drive aggressively, the throttle might start responding differently. If the engine gets older or dirt builds up inside the throttle body, the ECU slowly adapts around it. And that adaptation is happening constantly, especially in drive-by-wire systems. Older cars used a physical cable between the gas pedal and the throttle. You pressed the pedal, the throttle opened. But modern Lexus models don't work like that. Now, your gas pedal is basically sending electronic signals to the ECU. Then the computer decides how much throttle to actually give the engine, which means the car is always making tiny adjustments in the background. Most of the time, you never notice it, until something interrupts the system, like a weak battery, a battery replacement, a throttle body cleaning, or an ECU reset. And this is where things start getting really interesting, because when power gets interrupted, Lexus sometimes forgets its learned settings. That's why so many owners report weird behavior right after disconnecting the battery. In fact, Lexus and Toyota forums are filled with people talking about idle relearn procedures after battery disconnects or throttle cleaning. But if the car can suddenly act broken just because its memory was reset, then how many people are replacing parts when the real issue is actually software adaptation? The actual $0 reset trick. Well, this isn't some illegal hack. And no, it won't magically repair a broken engine. But on many Lexus and Toyota models, it can completely change how the car behaves in just a few minutes. And it's totally simple. First, you disconnect the negative battery terminal. Just the negative side. Then you wait around 10 to 15 minutes. This part matters more than people think because it allows the system to fully power down. After that, you reconnect the battery. Now comes the key step. You turn the ignition on, but you don't start the engine yet. You just let the car sit in that powered state for a few seconds. Then you start the engine. And then you let the car idle completely on its own, just letting it sit and stabilize. During this time, the ECU begins relearning its baseline idle settings again. That's the basic version most people talk about online, but there are variations depending on the model. Some procedures include holding the brake pedal during restart. Some involve light pedal presses after ignition. Others require shifting into drive and letting the car idle briefly under load. And in certain cases, the engine needs to reach full operating temperature for a proper relearn cycle. And procedures vary by model, always. That's why you'll see so many different versions of the same reset online, because Lexus and Toyota systems don't all behave identically. Even small differences in engine type or ECU version can change the process. But despite the variations, the pattern people report is surprisingly consistent. Then after a relearn cycle, things often smooth out again. And that's why this trick spreads so widely across forums. If you're enjoying this breakdown so far, make sure you're subscribed, because what comes next explains why mechanics and owners don't always see this the same way. After all we've discussed about how this thing works, this point is also where things start to feel confusing for a lot of owners. Why mechanics sometimes miss it. Because most mechanics don't miss the problem, they just approach it differently. A typical diagnostic process focuses on symptoms, error codes, and parts that are actually failing. And that works extremely well when something is physically broken. But adaptive learning issues don't always behave like that. Sometimes there are no error codes at all. Sometimes the problem shows up randomly. And sometimes it disappears just as fast as it came. That's what makes it tricky. Because in those moments, the ECU can act broken without actually being broken. If the throttle body was cleaned recently, or the battery died, or voltage dropped for even a short time, or airflow conditions changed, the ECU might simply be working with outdated learned data. So the car feels off, but the hardware is still fine. And this is something that surprises a lot of people. Sometimes cleaning the throttle body actually makes the idle worse at first. Not because something went wrong, but because the ECU was previously calibrated around a layer of carbon buildup. So when that buildup is removed, airflow suddenly changes. But the ECU hasn't caught up yet. That mismatch can create rough idle, hesitation, or unstable RPMs until the system relearns everything again. This is something discussed a lot in Toyota and Lexus owner forums. And that's where the misunderstanding happens. Because it's easy to assume the repair caused a new problem. But in reality, it may have just exposed a calibration issue that was already sitting underneath it. So the owner starts thinking, I broke my car, when in reality, the ECU just hasn't adapted yet. And that misunderstanding can lead to bigger decisions than necessary, which means more spending. All while the actual issue might simply be a system that needs time to relearn its baseline. And this is where the internet takes its chance and starts going too far. Internet myths versus reality. This is where things start getting blown out of proportion online. Because once a simple reset trick becomes popular, the internet does what it always does. It turns it into something bigger than it actually is. You'll see videos claiming this reset unlocks hidden horsepower, or that it transforms the car into a different machine. But no, that's not how any of this works. What's actually happening is much more boring and much more technical. Some of the viral procedures you see online are likely placebo. Things like random pedal presses, weird ignition timing sequences, or so-called secret Toyota engineering codes. They sound impressive, but most of them don't have any real technical backing across all Lexus models. And that's an important point, because Toyota and Lexus systems are not all the same. In reality, procedures vary heavily depending on the model, year, and even the ECU version. Some vehicles relearn everything automatically just by driving normally. Some require specific driving cycles to stabilize idle and fuel trims. Others may need a proper scan tool or dealer-level software like TechStream to fully reset and recalibrate systems. So there is no universal magic sequence that works on every Lexus. What people are actually experiencing is the ECU slowly rebuilding its learned values after a disruption. And that process doesn't happen instantly. Some owners only notice improvement after several drives. Some need highway speeds and steady cruising for the system to stabilize. Others report that weather conditions or longer warm-up cycles seem to affect how quickly the car smooths out. In other words, the improvement is gradual, not immediate. But online clips often compress that entire process into a single moment, making it look like the reset instantly fixed everything. And that's where confusion spreads. Because in reality, what people call a fix is often just the beginning of a relearning cycle. And that explains something even more interesting. Two people can perform the exact same reset on similar cars and still get completely different results. Not because the trick is fake, but because every ECU relearns at its own pace based on conditions, driving behavior, and timing. And that's where the story gets even deeper. This is the part most people don't really talk about, but it explains why this trick spread so fast in the first place. Well, because it's not just about fixing a car issue. It's about how it makes people feel. Modern Lexus vehicles are incredible, but they also feel a little distant. Everything is controlled by software, sensors, and systems most drivers never actually see. So when something goes wrong, it feels mysterious. And then suddenly, you come across something simple, a reset, a process you can actually do yourself. For a lot of owners, that moment alone is exciting and inspiring, because instead of going straight to an expensive repair shop, they get to try something simple first, something free, something they can control. And even if it sounds small, that feeling matters. It creates a sense of control in something that usually feels complicated and expensive. And sometimes, the reset genuinely helps. But what do you think? Let us know in the comment section below and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.